This is a high quality quickie, yeah, by B-Scar TV. And we are back with another episode of B-Scar TV, and I have a very, very special guest today, Katya Suh, aka Kat.
I was gonna say Cat Nasty, but
Cat Nasty. All right, come on. Former hooper, entrepreneur, creator, and now a new bar owner.
Mm-hmm.
Kaya, shout out Kaya.
Mm-hmm.
You know, last year, I believe it was last year, you had me on your show.
Yes.
Kicks and Cocktails.
Yes.
And so the tables have turned a little bit because I am hosting you now.
Yes.
And our high quality contents,
Okay,
instead of being in Yeho at 11 a.m. as we were at Kicks and Cocktails, we got some water.
Some water, high quality water.
We got some water. So, hey, I mean, I would love to just hear where you're at right now with Kicks and Cocktails, where you're at with Kaya, like the inspiration. You know, I think we can dig into a few different things, but maybe we could just start with like, why Kicks, why cocktails?
Yeah. Oh, okay. Why Kicks? Well, why not? Why not Kicks and why not cocktails? They're like the two best things in the world. No, really for me was I used to be in the news, worked on TV. And after having my kids, I kind of had this like moment. I think a lot of moms do, parents, but moms, where they're like, who the heck am I? And is my life going to be just raising these kids, or are there more things, and how am I feeling? And so for me, I just really wanted to see, like, do I even still like being in front of the camera? Do I like this as a creative outlet? Is this still who I am? And so my sister and I kind of sat down and were like, what are things that I like to do? Vlogging isn't really for me. I don't like to let a lot of people into like my personal business. So we're like, hey, I'm a huge sneakerhead. I'm always the first one to be like, hey, who wants a drink? Shots, you know, that kind of sort of thing. And so we came up with Kicks and Cocktails. And the whole point of that was just to curate cocktails that were inspired by sneakers. So an example would be I did like a 3-tier shot that was inspired by the Shatter backboards. So you got the orange, white, and black. Halloween is my favorite holiday. So that's a great example. And did that and had you on for that. And I think also I really enjoy high quality conversation. And so this allowed for me to get to know friends and people to also get to know me and other people in our community and interview them and kind of get to hear their story.
Yeah.
So that was really exciting for me. And it's still something that's around. Kicks and Cocktails is still around. I took a little bit of a break to transition Kicks and Cocktails kind of to real life in a little bit more of a sophisticated way is what I would say. So I worked in the restaurant business. I was a bartender in a club, and I'm in a sports bar and a restaurant in Midtown Atlanta. And then I worked in sales and events as well. And so I really got to kind of understand the business. And then as life has gone on, I own different restaurants now. And so I wanted to bring Kicks and Cocktails to our community, but also bring some of the culture that I think comes with sneakers.
Yeah.
And so Kaya, which means dope in Jamaican, which
Really? Okay. Like marijuana dope.
No, wait. Well, I mean, like dope as in like, not like, no, like, oh, that's cool.
Okay.
Oh, that's dope.
All right.
Like
right.
D-O-P-E.
Yeah, got it.
Like not like,
yeah.
not like trying to get
Kaya
arrested.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a dispensary you got over
no.
there. Okay, got
No, I mean, hey, that's another really good idea. No, so I came up with Kaya. My husband is Jamaican, my children are Jamaican, and my mother-in-law is Jamaican. And so it's kind of a tribute to them. The K, Katya, my kids are Kingston and Kari, both with K. So kind of keeping all that aligned.
Yeah.
And one thing that when I moved to Portland, because I'm not originally from Portland, was really learning about our community. And for the BIPOC community, I know Alberta was a really big place that a lot of our community lived. And with gentrification, obviously, that was a change of community in that area. And so for me to have Kaya be a part of Alberta, it was important for me to bring some of our community back. So a lot of Kaya will incorporate, I have a really dope Black artist out of Boston who's creating some amazing artwork there. We're going to be playing hip hop and R&B, 80s, 90s, and like 2000s today's music, so it'll be like a medium level. We're not a club. Yeah, it's gonna be a vibe. So it's not a club. I mean, if you want to get up and dance, that's great. But not shoulder to shoulder. It's to be in there, be in an environment the whole time. I want you to be able to sit there and bopping your head and hanging out with your friends. And also kicks and cocktails, right? So the whole point here is having really elevated, sophisticated drinks. So if you know cocktails, you know the flavors, your taste buds will be hit in every angle, but also the experience, right? Instagrammable moments, really cool aesthetics when you get the drinks. And then sneakers. My staff will have sneakers. I'm getting custom sneakers made for them. They'll be providing sneakers and not just one brand. I'm not signed to anybody unless you want to sign me, but I'm not signed to just one brand. So we'll have, obviously we've got a lot of headquarters here in Portland, and I want everyone from all the execs of all the different companies to feel welcome to come into that environment and feel creative. And so that would be important. And I want everyone to come in whatever your vibe is, right? You want to come in your all thrift, you want to come in your vintage, you want to come in your designer. I don't, it doesn't matter to me. I want you to come and feel as though you're having an elevated experience and not being turned away because we are a higher end place, right? You don't need to be in business casual.
No doubt. No, it doesn't have to be cocktail attire.
No. I want you to come in your vibe. That's the whole point. The point is for you to be able to, I think that it's beautiful how people can show who they are and what their creative juices are with their aesthetic. So like my staff, the uniform will be black. And yes, I will encourage them to wear sneakers, but I want them to wear their cool jewelry or their hair a certain type of way or their makeup a certain type of way because that's who they are. And so I want everyone to come into the space and into the bar and be who they are.
Right.
Just because you come in your set of, we travel. And when you go to different places, sometimes you go to a restaurant, you're in a sweat suit. Okay, well, the sweatsuit doesn't take away from the person coming to eat. They're still put together. They're still dressed. They're still, you know what I mean? It's
no doubt.
Because they're not in slacks and a collared shirt doesn't mean they can't come in. You know what I mean? Right. So we'll have really elevated cocktails and bar food as well.
Love that. I love the creative expression that you want, your employees to have, and also, the people that are attending and coming to have a few drinks. I think that creative expression and individual expression is so important to our identity, and it seems like you're intentionally infusing that into this concept. I'm excited to have some elevated cocktails at Katya. And I will be in my thrifted gear.
I'm with it. But that's what I want. Like, I think for me as someone who I identify as a creative, you know what I mean? I think that there's so many different ways with music and art and, again, attire and different ways of expression. Like, I just want everyone to feel welcomed. And I just think that just because you look a certain way doesn't mean you shouldn't be welcomed.
Yeah. How would you compare, because you were talking about, like, you explored on camera again, right? You used to be on the news, early on in your career, and you explored being on camera at Kicks and Cocktails, and now that creativity has been served in this Katya concept. How would you compare the two, like being on camera and now, leaning into hospitality?
Yeah, I think they are different. They are different for sure, but I still think I was able to have my creative juices done with the interiors and the artwork and the music and that whole piece. I think there's a story within Katya, and I think that the people who will be coming to Katya will have stories as well. Also, it's where if and when I decide to pick up Kicks and Cocktails again, we'll be there. It's a space in which that I can feel comfortable and where creative juices can be flowing. To have that going on. I mean, I still very much enjoy being on camera. I still very much would love to pursue different ways of having conversations with people. We've talked about this before. No doubt. And I think that there are so many different ways that people can do storytelling, whether it's how we are now, whether it's, documentaries, whether it's, little episodes and different snippets like that. And I have some really fun creative ideas, but I think that the first thing for me is also understanding my bandwidth. I think that my priority for me is being my best self, and part of being my best self is finding things that fill my bucket, aka Katya. But then also the other things that fill my bucket are being a mom and being a wife and being friends and doing things and I have other entrepreneurship things that I do in business that just aren't public, so those are the things that also take up my time. So just being really conscious of the time that I do have and how I'm implementing that in my life.
Yeah, I feel that bandwidth is.
Because there's so many things we want to do.
I mean, I'm not a mom and I struggle with bandwidth. So I imagine, I can only imagine how it is for you. And you have a lot of ideas. You're an entrepreneur, businesswoman. So yeah, a lot of respect for
balance.
You. The balance, yeah. Katya is opening up in Alberta Alley, so
Yes.
we are
30th in Alberta.
We're business partners
Yes,
too.
we are. Yeah,
Come on. Hey, check out Katya, Alberta Alley. Let's
yes.
go. 30th in Alberta.
Yeah.
Project that your husband Ndamukong and I have been a part of along with others.
Yeah.
And so I'm pretty excited to have Katya in the space.
Yeah.
Obviously Bays, Kinemons, Boxer.
Yep. And it makes it a really good mix, you know. You've got, like you said, you've got Boxer, which is like a more of a like ramen, sushi type vibe. Bays, fried chicken. And then you have Kinemons, which is, you know, the cinnamon rolls, which is unreal. The Bays now does breakfast, which no other one does. And Kinemons has soft serve, which the other ones don't as well. So you get a little bit of your sweet tooth and other foods. And then you come over to Katya and you get some great cocktails and, again, sophisticated, elevated bar food. So it's not going to be your typical bar food. It'll be a bit more elevated.
Y'all doing bottle service in Katya?
Oh my, this ain't not a club, okay? Relax.
Oh, so your waiters and waitresses, they don't got the sparklers?
I
the
am
sneakers and the sparklers? Come on now.
No, not a club. This isn't a club.
Okay.
This is a place in which that if you can either come if you'd like to, I wouldn't necessarily say pregame. This is like, I mean, I know you like to get rowdy and crazy, okay, B, but like not every day do you need a sign that says like, hey.
Is this a happy hour spot or is this,
no.
What time you guys opening?
5.
5 o'clock.
5 to 1.
So it's not a place that you go and like do work. It's not like that vibe.
No,
You're going after work.
You're going after work. You're going after work for drinks. Okay. You can do dinner there if you'd like. Okay. You know what I mean? I just small bites. Yeah. It's like for me, we're not a restaurant, right? But like I think there's some really great high end restaurants around town. But I think another part of Katya is I really want to be able to kind of get a good. I would like to be a place that people can come on a monthly basis, right? Not everywhere in town not everyone can afford to go somewhere, you know, every month and that kind of sort of thing. So I still want you to be able to have a really fun experience, but be within everyone's different types of budgets as well.
Perfect.
Yeah, but it's not a club, and it's not. I'm not like. I mean, no, it's
I
like
got
you come
it's a
to
lounge.
have that. Yeah,
it's a lounge.
Yeah, well,
but you could dance. It's a lounge that you could dance at.
No, we're not booty shaking. You really,
you
I know
dance?
You like a club, B.
You just said 90s hip hop.
Yeah, but
you have to dance to 90s hip hop.
More like 90s hip hop, R&B. Like you bopping. You're not sitting here like letting it like, okay.
What time you closing?
1. You can, you know what? We're on a podcast, B. You can do other activities after 1 that in Portland that still stays
to
up.
1 a.m. hour.
It's crazy.
It's got to be some ass shaking in there, man.
Where's the camera? We're not doing this, okay? We are having some nice cocktails, some good conversations, some vibes.
Okay, so let's put it in. Let's put the ball in your court.
Oh, jeez.
You gonna pull up to Katya? What time you getting there?
I'm gonna get to Katya. I mean, it depends on my group. Okay, but if if I want to do dinner, I'm gonna pull up between 5 and 7:30.
Okay.
If I want to do a little bit of a late night, I'm gonna probably pull up between 7:30 if I want to be on the early end of things, right?
Right.
But probably 7:30, 8, and I'm gonna go till whenever I want to go till. Multiple drinks, have a good time, small bites. There's private room. There's that whole vibe
private
there.
room too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So lay it down. You get there at 8:39 and you stay until 1 a.m. and you're drinking the whole way through.
Kat,
by 12 a.m. when Jagged Edge hits, you are getting up and you are shaking some ass.
Okay, well, you know what? Maybe I'm not foreseeing this, but yeah, maybe there is no ass. But there are no clap cheeks.
I didn't say cheek clapping. That you said that.
You're like bottle service. Do I get a sign? Are we having popping bottle? No, we'll have like okay. So like, I'm trying to think of somewhere else around town. Okay, like a little bit. It's gonna be a much more upbeat. If you guys are familiar with Portland, like a sophistication of like the Whiskey Library, right? Whiskey Library has some really great sophisticated cocktails. Really great mixologists that work there. Like very professional. I think it's amazing. It'll be a level of that, but we're gonna add in some vibe,
some culture. Love it.
You know, we're not a square. We're a star.
A square. No dance floor though.
You know what? If you come with B, you can dance.
If I'm there from 9 to 1 a.m., If you get me there to the 1 a.m. close mark, because I'm going home.
I mean, like, I'm not like
I just turned 30. I'm going home
I'm
by
not like
1 a.m.
but
if I'm out until 1, I'm
a bar. I know you're. Yeah, I know you're
a bar that's playing early 90s.
This thing about you like to sit at the house for 5 hours and pregame with your friends.
I do enjoy that. So by the time
you come out, it's like 12:30, and you're trying to stay out.
Exactly.
Okay, but the thing is about me is I'm gonna put my kids to sleep. I'm gonna get dressed. I'm gonna go have some great drinks, some yummy food, vibe out a little bit, and if I want to go and shake the booty, I'm gonna find a club
after Kaya. Okay, yeah. Got it.
You want to close it down with it as well, but that's like
okay.
It's whatever the customer's vibe is for that night.
There we go.
But when you're there, you're gonna have a vibe.
Okay. Well, Kat, I got some high quality questions.
Oh, I'm with it. Hit me with it.
This has been like a little kind of mini-sode Beef Scar TV. Not sure what we're gonna do with it yet, but this has been a good conversation. So I wanna cap it off with a few questions. For you here. If you could take a shot with any athlete or celebrity, who would it be, and what would it be a shot of?
Can I say 2?
You can say 2, and let's frame it like this.
Okay. Because I have one that
you walk into Kaya, and there's one athlete or celebrity there, and you're gonna sit at that table and take a shot with them. Mm-hmm. If you could choose any athlete or celebrity to be sitting in Kaya when you walk in to take that shot, who would it be?
So like the childhood response for me, because I have not met this person yet, would be Kevin Garnett. I grew up watching him, Timberwolves all day. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, idol.
KG.
And I get to like watch him now, like off the court.
KG certified.
Yeah, what?
Oh, hell yeah.
All day. Like I think that's probably the only person, as I'm thinking about, that I might be nervous. I don't really get nervous like that, but it's not from like a weird thing. It's just like I genuinely went to Timberwolves games, watched him play, Wally Zerbiak, the whole thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like did the whole. Went with my
Sam Cassell.
Yeah. Like I'm trying to think of like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
hell yeah.
I remember him. He had a convertible. I don't know if I had the childhood story. My mom was hot. So we're after a game, and he comes out, and I obviously have no idea what street it is or whatever. And he's at a stoplight, and I was like, "Mom, it's Kevin Garnett." She's like, yeah. She's like, I was like, I want to say hi. She's like, okay, well, yell his name. Maybe he'll turn around. So I yell his name, but I hide behind my mom. So he turns around, and it's just my mom, and she's like, my full name is Katarina, and I was like, I was so nervous. I was probably like, oh God, like 10. Like, he was like, I was just like a kid.
Yeah.
So just watching him grow up, and then obviously play basketball. So like, I love his game. I love his savageness. I love the anything is possible.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God.
What about the rubber band? He snapped.
Yeah, I mean, it's fire, but man, and that to me is like, I loved everything about. I loved everything about his game. Yeah. I like what I see when I see him on TV. I just think he's a cool person. I obviously have never met him, so would 100% want to do a shot with him. And then like from a fangirl standpoint, Tiana Taylor all day, or Kalani. But I love those two. They're entertainers, music industry. Okay.
Yeah.
Like just fire. Like just like the For day sure. I want to go to their concert. Like Tiana, if you'd ever like to put me on stage, like girl, I'm there all day. I want all that energy. Like I am for it. So those would be the two. I would be tequila all day for the shot.
Well, let's get specific.
I know. So you guys know, like I'm a huge Comos girl. Okay, so it would need to either be the Cristal that just came out or the extra añejo if we're gonna do a shot of that. But I think my husband might have said this one too. Dos Artes extra añejo is that is something that is fire. So I might just have to bring them up.
I don't know if that's.
Oh, it's beautiful. It's like multicolored, like clay, fire.
Like the ceramic. Is it like a circle?
No, it's squared.
Squared.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if I've had that one.
It's let us change your life. It's really good. Really, really good. So I would probably bring them a shot of each one of those.
Love that.
2 shots to each one, and then I'd ask them to be best friends. Just because I just think they're really cool.
Tiana's gonna want to dance.
Let's go. That's okay. She can. You know what? If she comes to Kai, she can dance. However, wherever she would like.
Okay.
Yes.
Katya, you have you've attended a lot of tailgates.
Yes.
In your lifetime, as your husband has played 13 years in the NFL.
Yes.
What's your go-to? Pre-game cocktail?
Ooh, the setting is football.
Yeah.
So I'm like kind of boring in that sense of my pregame is a shot and my pregame is a shot of tequila. If my pregame is like us all going out to dinner or something like that, like the first thing I'm going to order is a traditional espresso martini, but I'm going to sub out the vodka and I'm going to add in tequila.
Got it.
And añejo. I know you're not supposed to, or reposado, but I would put an añejo in because I'm going to, after that, I'm going to do añejo. So I just like to keep it the same.
Okay.
But I'm not too spicy that way. And the sugar gives me a headache the next day. I just like it straight up.
Do you drink during the game? What's your in-game cocktail?
Oh, I don't drink. I'm really tuned in. Like, and
really
yeah, I'm
watching.
like, I'm really watching. I'm genuinely really watching, which is silly or not silly. I'm really watching, but this, I think the silly part about it is like the time I take a break is when offense is on. Cause like my man's not playing. So like you need to, I did my brain, I'm like offense needs to do what it needs to do. I'm gonna go to the bathroom and be right back. You know what I mean?
Are you paying attention to the scoreboard?
Yes. Okay. Scoreboard, stats, time, injuries, who's playing, where's he at? I always know where he's at. Always know where he's at.
You watch him on the bench?
I watch him on the bench. I watch him on the field. I watch how he walks off the field. I watch how he sits. I watch his demeanor once he's on the bench. I need to know what's going on. When he does weird stuff, I'll text him. I text him. Oh, I also text him throughout the entire game. So when he gets to like halftime, he's got like a book. If you like go to this one, he's got like a book of like encouragement, WTFs, like that whole thing. After the game, same thing. He just says, it's like we're watching him play together, I guess.
Yeah.
I have drank a couple times during the game, but for me, it's like that's not why I'm there. I mean, I think it's a great social place, or for fans, and I totally get that environment. But for me, I'm fully vested, and so I don't like to speak things into existence, but everything's been really great. His body's been holding up and has been holding up really great. But if God had another plan in some certain type of way, excuse my language, what the fuck it look like if I'm drunk? Like that's not my job. My job is to be there to support and encourage and uplift and make sure that everything goes smoothly. So I have to be, just as he's 10 toes down to the game, I'm 10 toes down to him.
Right.
Afterwards, we can have a blast, and some of the games I will, you know what I mean? But I typically, if I do, I've done a couple, I will do it before the game, and I am sober as a goat by halftime.
When did y'all get married? That was 3 or 4 years?
We've been married for 3 years. 3 years. Moved in 5. Known each other for 14.
Moved in 5.
Right? Moved in 5, 6,
okay.
5.
So since
we've dated for a year, lived in, dated for a year, engaged for a year, married for a year, had kids the next one. Yeah. So 5.
5. So
5 living.
Since you've lived together, your husband's gone to 3 Super Bowls. So look, you're the reason why he's going to these Super Bowls. Because before that, it was some losing seasons.
Okay. They don't call me a personal Lucky Charm for no reason. And let me tell you why. Because let me tell you why though. I'm born on St. Patrick's Day, and I'm Irish.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I am African American, Irish, and British. Wow. So like, if I had my if I was like short, I'd do like a little leprechaun dance. But I'm 6 foot plus and can't do that.
Nah, you don't got that.
No.
A little melting pot.
Yeah.
All right. I love that. What's a drink you enjoyed in your younger days that you can no longer stomach?
Oh, a dirty martini, vodka, all day. I
can't drink a dirty martini?
No, and this is why. It's not even that I can't drink it. But I know. But let me.
All right. Sorry.
I love an extra dirty martini all day. I typically like 3 to 4 olives because I also love olives. So just olive.
Blue cheese stuffed?
Ooh, I like it, but it depends on it depends on the bar. Because I worked in the industry, and so like if you're not turning those olives out, I know, and I don't want
some bad blue cheese.
Yeah, no, thank you. It's the vodka. It doesn't sit with me well. I always have a hangover the next day. Never do with tequila, and unless I go out with you, and that's a different story. Then I have a hangover. But I would say it's the vodka, and I don't like the person I am on vodka. I'm a bit more temperamental. I'm a very protective person in general of my people. So I feel like alcohol changes moods, and so vodka for me brings out a more snippy, protective, call it aggressive behavior, and that's not who I want to be.
You're an angry drunk off the vodka.
Yeah, I throw hands on the vodka, and I don't do that anymore.
Yeah,
so that's
let's keep you off that.
that's not Katya. No thanks.
Okay, if we're talking about someone's signature cocktail,
okay,
What do the following drinks say about that person?
Okay.
We'll start with a spicy margarita.
Oh, you're my type of person. That means a spicy margarita. Correct? That's what I heard. Oh, you're my type of person. Spicy margaritas are fantastic. And this is why, because it depends on your rim, but in general, you like it salty, you like it spicy, and you like it sweet. All three. Triple threat.
Dirty martini.
Ooh, okay. So I would say either you're like, that person's either had like a long day or they're trying to stay skinny.
Fair. Whiskey on the rocks.
I just think of like, I'm not a whiskey girl. So I initially just think like someone who's like trying to be sophisticated. And so they're like, I'm gonna, big rock in the whiskey, okay. No, don't get me wrong. Whiskey is fantastic. And I know a lot of people who do enjoy whiskey. Not me. I don't prefer the spice of it. But like, what's a person like? Is that what you're asking? Like, who is that?
Yeah. And why they gotta be trying to be sophisticated. I love whiskey on the rocks. On a big cube.
But B, when are you ordering? When are you ordering that?
I don't order that. I put it up at the crib.
You're at the crib?
Yeah.
Oh, so your choice of liquor then is whiskey.
Tequila, but it depends on the scenario. Depends on where I'm at, my environment. If I'm chilling at the crib, and I plan to be chilling at the crib, then
like a nightcap would be some whiskey.
Some whiskey, cigar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel that vibe. I feel that. Mine would be a glass of wine.
I'm trying to be sophisticated in your.
That's what I'm saying.
Words.
So like you're like, but it's the vibe.
I am sophisticated.
Oh jeez. Okay. Yes.
I'm not trying.
You are sophisticated.
Thank you. Okay. Moving on. What's your signature cocktail?
Oh, okay.
And can we get it at Kaya?
You can 100% get it at Kaya. It will be called the Cat Nasty, and it's a dessert espresso martini.
Dessert. What makes it a dessert?
So mine will have Bailey's, and it also has like Bailey's and chocolate in it. And then I do Bailey's chocolate liqueur, Kahlúa's in it. It's just traditional. It's more than a traditional espresso martini. And because it has some more cream base in it, and we add like the chocolate drizzle and all of that to it, to me, it's more of a dessert one. Yeah,
that sounds fire.
Yeah, it's quite
the Cat Nasty.
The Cat Nasty.
The Cat Nasty. Is that a drink? Is that after your food?
So that's what I was gonna say next. Is like I typically just make it at home. Most bars, unless like I give them the ingredients, don't make it. So if you're asking me to make you my signature cocktail, it would be that dessert espresso martini
after food.
Yeah, it can be. Yeah, after I drink it. I mean, because I love it so much, I just drink it whenever. But yes, I would say it's a dessert one. But if you're asking me like what my signature cocktail when I go out is gonna be, it's a Big Rock, double añejo, splash of lime, 3 limes on the side.
Splash of lime
juice, not the lime syrup. I don't want all that. I want like pure lime juice, fresh squeezed. I just want a dash of that in the tequila, a double on a Big Rock, and 3 limes on the side.
What are you doing with the limes on the side?
It really depends on where my palate's at. Sometimes if I just don't want to taste the tequila, I add more lime juice to it. Sometimes I don't need to do the lime juice.
You just like the aesthetic.
I just like the aesthetic.
That's
I used to do 4 and it became extra, so 3 is where I'm at.
4
is extra.
That's too many.
I'll do 4 if they say they don't have fresh lime juice. Then I squeeze the lime juice.
Right. Yeah. That's okay. That makes it more functional.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Perfect. And there you have it, folks. Another episode of B-Scar TV. Sitting here with Katya Suh, aka Cat Nasty. Just a wonderful conversation. Please leave us a comment, some feedback, leave us a review. We love constructive criticism because the pursuit of high quality content is an endless pursuit. Peace. This episode of B-Scar TV has been brought to you by Scarlett Creative. For the full-length video episode and more content, find us on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at B-Scar TV. And please, leave us a review, drop a comment. What do you want to see? What do you want to hear? Who do you want to hear from? We would love to hear from you. This is your host, with the most, Brennan Scarlett, signing off. Peace.